stream, I'll be doing a little bit of a Minecraft scary myth explanation. Because, as we all know, after every single new update, there are always new myths discovered by Minecraft players. Whether it's items, dimensions, blocks, even mobs, on account for normal entities like Entity 303 or Null and all that. But that's not entirely going to be the case for this time. Today's today's explanation is going to be the dark secret behind the Enderman, and also a few other Minecraft mobs. So get your snacks ready, get your drinks ready, and feel free to chat. So we all know the Enderman, which stands relatively about 9 feet tall, and of course is sometimes neutral towards the player unless if you look at it right in the eyes or attack it. But that's not the reason why I'm doing this. The reason why I'm doing this is because of its language that it speaks in. I mean, sure, it may not sound like English, but it really is. It's just reversed. The one phrase that stands out clear as day is the sentence, "Look for the eye." And some of you may not know what that refers to, but I will tell you in a short moment. So, some of us may understand what the Enderman is saying, some of us may not. That's why I'm doing this. And the reference of the phrase that the Enderman says, "Look for the eye," is actually referring to the item, the Eye of Ender, which is usually used to find the stronghold and activate the end portal. Now, some of you may think that the Enderman is just speaking gibberish, but it really isn't. It's just all it is just reversed English. And then the reason why it's tall, has black skin, and the ability to teleport. The reason for all that is because, well, suppose allegedly the Endermen were actually ancient builders that built the End cities and the skyship, the End. So apparently, the stuff that you can find in the End is pretty much extremely low gravity, or pretty strong gravity, since the End is practically in the void. I mean, what do you expect? But as I was saying, low gravity and the reason why they can teleport is because they probably ate the friggin' chorus fruit, which just allows them to teleport. And the reason why they've got black skin is probably because after they killed off the Ender Dragon, they used the skin as armor. I mean, that would make sense because you can actually use it. And no, I'm not making this up. I mean, you can watch EY Stream's video about this topic and actually learn. Okay? But as I was saying, using the skin from the Ender Dragon would make sense, since you can use leather when you kill off a cow to make leather armor. But if you could actually use Ender Dragon's skin like leather. Hold on, gonna pause my explanation. And again, as I was saying, I mean, again, makes sense. You could just, but what really doesn't make sense is the purple eyes of the Endermen, or why they're off when you look at them. That's one thing that does not make sense. But but I mean, to most Minecraft people, the Enderman language is hard to understand, but not unless if you look at what the Enderman is building. That's another thing I want to explain. So, the reason why the Endermen always steal blocks is because they're attempting to communicate with us. And since a lot of us really don't understand what they're saying. So, the Endermen always, well, sometimes will tend to use a form of play or, take the blocks to build to attempt to communicate. That's clear because after all, Endermen can pick up a lot of blocks, but there's only one block that they can't pick up, which would be chests. And of course, unlike unlike a lot of other Minecraft mobs like zombies, skeletons, stuff like that, the Endermen cannot use weapons or tools. So the thing that they have to attack you with is just their bare fists. Careful about that, because I've had experiences with the Enderman, and I've always nearly died out. Or no, I've always died to an Enderman, but just not enough to make me change my mind about this. So yeah. And one thing I'm never going to be able to understand is why Endermen water. Like, I don't works. Okay, it's just like as soon as they make contact with water, they take damage and just teleport away. That's one thing I don't understand. I mean, I get it. They, as their name implies, they're from the end, but I thought I just don't get it. So yeah. And okay, well, that's gonna be a wrap up for the Endmen. Now it's time for the next mob explanation that I have in mind. The Creeper. I mean, just one thing about the Creeper that I do not understand is why they are scared of cats. I don't get it. I mean, guess creepers just I guess creepers just have a fear of cats, but that really wouldn't make sense now, would it? So, as any normal Minecraft mob from the overworld, creepers will always explode if they're within close enough proximity of the player. Get away from me, stupid fly. But why do they explode? Well, apparently it's always mainly because they've got gunpowder, and like any other Minecraft mob, they would have some organs based off of just a Minecraft mod. But still, even without a mod, I'm pretty sure they would have organs. So, and one organ that would allow the creeper to explode is probably the explosive in, uh, but why would the creeper just want to explode? Because they would know that would have an outcome of just blowing themselves up to blow up the player. Well, that's not always true. You see, even if the creeper would, after a creeper explodes, they typically don't die. Just killing it normally, then the creeper will die. But if a creeper explodes, I mean, sure, they die, but they will always come back for round 2 to finish the job. So, yeah. And of course, if you can get lucky, you can kill off a creeper via skeleton shooting the creeper. You'll you'll get a disc. I forgot. I don't know which one it is that the creeper will drop, but it is a pretty rare case. So yeah. But mainly, the one cat that creepers are scared of would be ocelots. Like, I mean, I, I mean, sure, ocelots resemble a real life cat, I think, but still, that will never make sense. And until I can figure out why, that's going to be for another video. Now it's time for the final mob that I have on my mind right now. The Wither itself. I mean, sure, there's a lot of lore behind the Wither, but but why is it called the Wither? I mean, sure, the recipe is soul sand and 3 wither skeleton skulls, but why call it a wither? And of course, with a mod, 3 soul sand, command block in the center, and 3 wither skeleton skulls, you'll craft the wither storm. But I'm talking about the normal wither without the command block. So again, the only way you can get the skulls required is by killing off the wither skeletons, which can pretty much be found only in a nether fortress. I mean, besides nether fortress, you can find a lot of other nether mobs all around, like shriders, ghasts, magma cubes, skeletons, piglins, hoglins, and all that, but again, and of course, like a wither skeleton, the wither will apply the wither effect. So, but why? Well, you see, wither skeletons normally, when they hit you, they will apply the wither effect, but only for a certain amount of time. But the wither itself, well, that's going to be a different story, but I'm pretty sure the reason why the wither gives the wither effect is because it has 3 wither skeleton skulls. I mean, that would make sense, right? So yeah. The wither skeleton skulls would still kind of have the wither effect, but I don't understand how that would transfer over to the wither itself. And another dark secret about the Wither is why it requires soul sand. Because from you watch Stream's video about the soul sand or Preston's video, I don't know which one, I don't know who did it or not, but still, it was one of the two. The soul sand actually contains souls. I mean, it's obviously easy to tell because of the little soul faces on the soul sand. But still, why would the Wither require soul sand instead of soul soil? I mean, get it, soul soil doesn't have any souls, it's just soil. But it has the word soul in it, but that's going to be for a different stream. But again, why would the Wither require soul sand? Well, that's going to be for a different time. Now it's on to the scary entities. Now, the first scary entity that I have on my mind is the most iconic one, Herobrine. I mean, well, Herobrine wasn't really the first one to be spotted. I'm pretty sure it was Player Zero, but that's gonna be, but Player Zero is gonna be up next after I'm done with Herobrine. So, Herobrine, one of the most iconic entities found in Minecraft, mainly just in the older versions. So, what makes Herobrine so scary? Well, Herobrine is typically a bit of a stalker and controls the, the day cycle and the weather. Plus, if he will just straight up destroy your world. So I would not recommend summoning him unless if you're crazy, which I really don't care, but still I would not recommend it. So yeah, again, Herobrine was mainly spotted in older versions of Minecraft. Mainly in the older versions where there weren't any mods back then, or even add-ons for that matter. But again, Herobrine's just one of the most iconic, scary entities. There there are even a few mods for that, like the Creepypasta mod or the Herobrine mod and stuff like that, but mainly older versions, no mods. You can summon Herobrine. And now it's time for Entity 303. And also, I'm sorry if my eyebrows look a bit uneven. I'll take care of that later, but still. Entity 303. Originally spotted in one of the oldest Minecraft versions. And possibly. Oh, no, not Entity 303, but Player Zero. Player Zero is actually a different entity from back in Minecraft's alpha. The only way you can get Player Zero in your Minecraft world on Minecraft's alpha is by turning on like super secret settings in the menu. But mainly you gotta spawn in a different entity first. The name of this separate entity is 2char, which was originally supposed to be a creator type of entity that can generate new mobs or something, but yeah. 2char was mainly one of the ways you could get player zero, but whatever you do not let player zero into your world. Because apparently, and I haven't experienced this myself yet, but apparently player zero can travel across different updates of the game and just mess up your world. And yeah, I would not recommend trying to do that. Now it's time for the final scary myth. Giant, well, no. Yeah, Giant Alex. So, Giant Alex stands about 14 blocks tall, no eyes, and just blood all over her. And of course, like Herobrine, she's a stalker, but she is not aggressive. I mean, there've been few reports about on sightings about Giant Alex, but why? Oh, as you can see, Giant Alex was supposed to was no, I don't know, but still, Giant Alex is just creepy. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this stream, and I hope y'all have enjoyed. Peace out.